Welcome back, people. This is your friend, the troublemaker, here to make trouble with the truth. Today, I want to talk about probably one of the most disgusting people in the church world today. This man has probably scammed people out of millions of dollars, and basically, when he talks, he uh, he he rarely talks about the Word of God. He's always talking about money. You know, every now and then you hear him talking about his $58 seed, $1,000 seed. He has this little clever one-liners and his intellectual talk to get you to part with your money and everything. And that person is a con artist named Mike Murdock. And those of us who watch ever watched TV evangelists or anything, we're pretty familiar with Mike. Mike has these seminars and everything, and he's always talking about how God wants your money, and if you sow a uncommon seed, you'll get an uncommon harvest and all that crazy mess. And all he's doing, just like any of the other people I talk about, all he's doing is conning you out of your money. You know, one time he made a statement. He said, God gave me an idea that bought me a jet with cash. He won't tell you what the idea was, you know. I think this was in 2002 when he made this statement. He won't tell you what the idea was. He just tells you that God uh, that the idea gave him thousands of dollars and was able to buy a 1973 Cessna Citation 500. You know, this man, he has he lives on a lavish piece of property in, I think, Denton, Texas. He has his own private zoo. I remember one time he came to our church and he was talking about, he had a zebra and the zebra almost killed him. You know, yeah, he got fish. He has fish ponds. He owns a lion. Camel, llamas, and all that and everything. And a lot of things started to come to head. Uh, I think in 1996, he had a robbery occurred at his house, a safe robbery, and the person who lifted that safe from his property, a guy named Trey Smith, he wrote a book about it. About Mike Murdock, and he gave details about the safe robbery. Now, I'm intended to believe this guy. I don't think he's just doing something, because he has a grudge against Mike or anything. But he went into a lot of detail, and the thing about Mike Murdock, whenever you hear him talk, he never talks about the scriptures per se. He talks about them when he wants to get some money out of you, but he never talks about the saving grace of Jesus Christ. He always talks about people being obedient with their money. And if you're not obedient with your money, you're not going to reap the common harvest and everything. But I'd like to ask Mike Murdock, how did he get that nice home in Denton, Texas? How did he get the his zoo animals, his fish ponds and all that, and his nice cars and everything? Did he get that from a job, or did he get that from conning people out of their money? Now, I have a problem with somebody who owns a mansion or a really big house, has nice cars and everything, and they're always telling you to sow a seed of money to them. And the people who usually quote unquote sow the seed or buy a blessing, they're they're not people who are well off. And one thing that disgusted me just this morning, I was listening to a video by him, and he was talking about sowing a $58 seed, and that a $58 seed is a tiny seed. It's tiny. You can give 58. Everybody in here can give a $58 seed. Everybody. Excuse me, Mike. Maybe $58 is tiny to you, but some people, that $58 is the difference between them going hungry or being able to eat for a week. It might be tiny to you because you got your lavish lifestyle, you got your big old house, you got your nice cars, you got your zoo animals, you got your fish ponds and everything like that. But some people are just barely getting by. And you're telling them to sow a $58 seed and then had the audacity to say that $58 is a tiny seed. You know, some of y'all put $58 in your car. So we're supposed to stop putting gas in our cars just so we can give you a seed so we can reap a financial harvest? What about me giving to another person who's poor? They're down and out. You know, they falling on hard times. What about that? Why do we have to give the money to you? Oh, I get it. You're good ground to sow on. You know, once again, you're twisting the scriptures. The Bible doesn't say a rich preacher is good ground to sow in. Good ground is a heart of a believer who accepts the word of God and allows it to come to full fruition in their heart. That's what good ground is, not no rich preacher. So, Mike, I'm calling you out. Not looking for a response per se. You might respond, and again, you might not. And a lot of times, you like to respond cowardly because I know a person on YouTube. She said you had her video removed because she was talking about you, but you wouldn't confront her yourself. She wrote a letter to you. She tried to call you, try to get you to come on her radio program and everything, but you wouldn't do it. But yet and still, you see a video of from her criticizing your lifestyle. You start to crying and moaning to YouTube to have her video removed. But you won't come out and speak to anyone directly. Oh, you're too important for that. You know, you're too full of pride for that. And Mike, I still have. I remember back in 1991, you were in Winston Salem at this hotel and everything. I still had the book, and I still had that book called "Jesus Was a Double Diamond," and you know, have some other things about you know, 7 keys to unlocking your prosperity and everything and stuff like that. And you know what? I was going to throw those books away, but you know what? I decided to keep them. First of all, I didn't have to pay for them. And second of all, I can garner a lot of research out of those books. Mike, you are a con artist. You are the epitome of what a con artist is. And if you don't cut it out, if you don't stop what you're doing, that very thing you say made my tongue cleave, may my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. It just might happen one day. So watch yourself. Watch what you say. Be careful what you say. And don't ask me for no $58 seed. Don't ask me for no $1,000 seed because you're not going to get it from me. I have a family to take care of. I have groceries to buy. I have bills to pay. And I have things that I would like to do. And I'm not going to supply your lifestyle because you want to con me out of my hard-earned money. You want money? Stop your con game on TBN and the Word Network and all these other TV ministries and get you a job. But I guess you've been conning people for so many years, you wouldn't know how to work on a real job. Too bad. Maybe you need to sow a seed of faith so the Lord can get you a job. I'm the troublemaker. I hope I caused you some trouble today. You all have a good day.